Food. We're going to talk about food again, guys. I know I haven't spoken about it for a long time, but I just kind of didn't want to, because I felt the more I spoke about binge eating, the more I'd binge. And I don't know why that is, but I guess I just kind of was accepting the fact that I was binge eating, and that's something I want to discuss. I will say, the second I stopped speaking about it a lot, and it wasn't as top of mind, so I wasn't kind of thinking, oh, I am a binge eater and that is me, so I've accepted it. I kind of just put it to the back of my mind and was like, okay, let's focus on uni. But that's not to say I haven't eaten really bad foods, because I still have a problem with food, 100%. I haven't got over binge eating, God no, but I haven't been eating the best, and this is what's been spiraling. I have a sugar addiction, as does a lot of people, I assume, in the whole world. But sugar is so addicting in ways you wouldn't even think. Like, I genuinely believe if I was to cut out sugar, I wouldn't eat half as much as I do, because sugar is so addicting. It makes you want other things. Have you ever had like a savory bit of food and then you have a sugary drink with it, and then you really just crave more and more food after that? That is some trigger I've found that makes me eat more. And the second I kind of cut that out, it's like, okay, I don't actually feel the need to reach for something. But my issue is even if I do eat something that isn't sugary, I'm like, oh my God, I'm the healthiest queen ever. Like, I've not eaten sugar in this meal. But then like 10 minutes later, I'm gonna be like, I really want something sugary. And then I'm like, oh, but it's fine because I just ate something that wasn't sugary. But I'm still eating something sugary, and that doesn't really make any sense, because anyway, so my goal was, okay, maybe I'll just cut out sugar entirely, because then I won't actually crave it ever. Because the thing with sugar is, once you have a little bit, you want more and more and more, and it just continues. But I do want to try and cut out sugar, just to see how it affects my energy levels, my bloatedness, and just overall food cravings, because I'm not exactly craving the best foods right now. I kid you not, the thought of anything that is remotely just that's cooked food, I can't hack it. I can't. And even if I do eat it, it's like a tiny portion, because I'm like, either I'm worried this is going to make me ill, or it's not my safe foods, or it just doesn't taste good. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, my appetite isn't for that. And I do remember back in the day when I was eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of fiber, I genuinely craved broccoli. I don't remember the last time I craved broccoli or avocados or anything like that. And I want to get back to that point, because I do genuinely feel like my health is declining dramatically. One thing I will open up about is that I have to have a root canal done on Monday. And obviously, if you know root canals, I don't want to talk about it, but they're one of the most apparently painful procedures that you could do to yourself. And that actually came from, this is another part of the topic, but that actually came from a filling that I had when I was like 10. But I've always had fillings in my mouth. Like, I've always had issues with it. And it's not even like I don't brush my teeth. I brush my teeth 2 times, maybe even 3 times a day, and I floss. So that's an issue. But I also do think it's the amount of sugar that I eat. I kid you not. I think that has a part to play, because you can brush your teeth, but it only goes so far. You know what I mean? If the damage is done and you've eaten it, the damage is done. So that was kind of a wake-up call for me, to stop eating sugar. But I still ate it anyway. I had my filling taken out. I have a temporary one in now, but when I had it out, I didn't eat sugar for a good 2 days, and that was like a lot for me. I can't go a day without eating any sugar. Like, it's so bad. I have kind of switched to dates. I do think the life hack is dates, because they're so sugary, but not everyone likes them. And obviously they say go resort to fruit, but sometimes fruit just doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean? So that's a plus. I'm gonna cook a chicken pie tonight, because I'm just learning to cook, because I feel like cooking, as much as it's a chore and as much as you don't actually want to do it and you want to reach for the convenience food, you have to look into like, okay, but this is actually going to be healthy for me, and I'm going to feel better when I eat it, and all this stuff. That's what I have to remind myself, because I always reach for convenience food and think that's enough, but then it's not enough substance, because an hour later I'm wanting to reach for more and more. I kid you not, convenience food is probably one of the biggest triggers for me personally. What is a convenience food, you may ask? Crisps, chocolate, sweets, anything that's just like a quick, even like a sausage roll, I don't know. They tend to not be too nutritious, because they're just so quick and easy to eat. I've noticed that throughout the course of my university degree, and this third year in particular, has meant a lot of stress. And with a lot of stress means a lot of eating. And not good foods. I find when I'm bored, I eat the most junk. And if I need a break from uni, it's not like I can go out and go on a walk really, because I'm too distracted. I have to just go out and eat. I have to go to the cupboards and eat and then come back, and that's my break. And then that just kind of turns into a cycle, I guess. Something I've actually learned with food in particular is that the second you kind of cut out the sugar and the bad foods, the less you actually crave it. I know this in the back of my head. I do know this, but I still continue to eat. And I think, oh, okay, tomorrow I'm going to quit sugar, and I know it's going to be hard, but then eventually it's going to be fine. So today I'm going to binge on the rest of the sugar that I have. And then it just goes in cycles, and every single day I just eat the most sugar. I keep seeing these things online as well where it's like, have the biggest glow up by not eating sugar. And I'm just like, no. I guess my point is, sugar is just not your best friend in terms of eating in excess. And it can often be a trigger for you to eat loads. Quite frankly, if I just sucked it up and ate a steak, I wouldn't be hungry. I really struggle to put protein in just because I don't enjoy meat. I really don't. In terms of where I'm at with binge eating, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily, I mean, I don't know if you could count it as binging, to be honest, but I'm just not eating the right foods. Like, all I'm eating, like my whole diet is just sugar. And you could say that's binging on one thing. But yeah, I just need some balance, honestly, man. I need some balance. That's something I guess us binge eaters don't really understand or know of. We don't know what balance is, because if we knew balance, we wouldn't have this issue. I just feel like with the whole eating situation, it's an ongoing scenario, but I'm hoping that because I finish uni and I don't have the stress of school or, you know, deadlines, I can probably focus on myself a bit more. I feel like I've genuinely let myself go. I know that's deep, but like that's kind of where I'm at mentally and physically. I'm just so drained. When you finish uni, you're supposed to be really excited. It's such an anticlimax, and also I'm left like dry. I'm left out like a prune. I'm so shriveled up, but I am dry. So I don't know if that is a prune, but nevertheless, you know what I mean. I just I went through a really restrictive period about 2 weeks ago. But that was because I was so stressed about general life and just felt like one thing after the other was just happening. And the last thing I want to do when I'm that kind of stressed is not eat. It's really weird because I can be stressed with uni and eat, or I can be stressed with life and other things and I won't eat. So it really depends on the scenario, honestly. Something that has helped me personally with not eating as much within my binge eating problems is not speaking about it all the time. But I know that's different for everyone, because I know a lot of people don't even speak about it and it's still there. But for me, I think the second I started speaking about it more and more, obviously I'm still going to talk about it, but the second I spoke about it more and more and more, and I just came to accept that, okay, maybe this is just me for the rest of my life, I then just became the worst I ever was. And yeah, I want to see how you guys are doing with your relationship with food at the moment. But feel free to comment below and have a chat with me on Instagram at the Girl Math Podcast or Corey Blonde. But anyway, thank you for watching the Girl Math Podcast. I will see you guys next week or whenever, to be honest. I'm probably going to upload more now.